This is the Daily Roundup on the EAC Cambodia channel. A very good evening to you. I'm Andrew Barnes-Roberts. Making headlines tonight. The Cambodian National Council for Children appeals to the public for understanding as a court decides how to treat a 14-year-old boy accused of murdering a 5-year-old. Scientists say climate change is already here as record-breaking floods claim at least 25 lives in northern China. And less than 24 hours to go before the opening ceremony of the COVID-plagued Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Cambodia's National Council for Children is appealing to the public for understanding of the situation of the minor who has killed his 5-year-old neighbor in Thedailyroundup. EAC News has confirmed that the suspect is 14 years old, not 15, as previously reported. CNCC Deputy Secretary General Ms. Samba Tsukuntia has told EAC News that his age has a direct impact on how the case is being handled. EAC News reporter Reo Soko explains.
Article 14 of Cambodia's Juvenile Justice Law Strategic and Operational Plan 2018-2020 says that a minor below 14 years old who is suspected of committing an offense shall not be apprehended and will be referred to their district representative. CNCC Deputy Secretary General Ms. Sambat Sokontia has clarified that the minor in question is 14. Deputy Chief of the Chuk Commune, where the murder was committed, Sun Ming Lai, has also confirmed the child's age. But the fact that he is 14 and not under 14 has created a gray area for the court. He was going to be sent to Provincial Social Affairs but was returned to the court on Wednesday night, given that he is not under the age of 14. He remains in the care of the court until a further decision is made. In the meantime, local resident Pan Dun submitted an affidavit to the court stating that the child suspect is homeless and has no parents taking care of him. He apparently sleeps in the local pagoda. According to the CNCC, his parents separated several years ago. His mother later died while his father remarried and relocated. The minor, who also suffers with a mental health problem, has allegedly confessed to killing his 5-year-old neighbor after being bullied. The CNCC is urging the public to understand the minor's situation.
All the children are victims. Some are victims of their family, some are victims of the society. So please don't hate him. Before you make judgment, please try to understand why they do it. He is just a child with a mental health problem. He also has a right to be taken care of.
The CNCC has assured the public that if the minor is released by the court, he will receive proper counseling before being reintegrated back into society. Rhea Soko, EAC News.
Cambodia's latest batch of vaccines arrived in the country on Thursday morning. The 1 million doses of Sinopharm take to 16 million the number of doses that have been delivered to the kingdom since the first batch was delivered in the first week of February. They were also made by Sinopharm. The special China Southern Airlines flight landed at Phnom Penh International just before 9:45 on Thursday morning. The 1 million doses of Sinopharm it was carrying have been bought from China, and there's plenty more on the way this month.
Cambodia will get all the planned 20 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines for 10 million people, or 62% of the total population, by the end of this month. In August, 3 million doses of Sinovac will arrive in Cambodia and 2 million more in September for the vaccination of children between 12 and 17 years old.
The Sinopharm shots, quickly loaded into the back of trucks, will be going into arms shortly, although now at 21-day intervals, not 14. The Ministry of Health made that change earlier this month to increase their efficacy. Studies have shown that the extra 7 days increase protection levels by over 25%. More vaccine doses will be arriving on Friday. 332,000 doses of AstraZeneca, donated by Japan, will arrive on Friday evening. Prime Minister Hun Sen will be there to receive them personally. Cambodia is also expecting its next shipment of COVAX doses in the coming weeks, which will be approximately 1 million doses of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. As of Thursday, 6.3 million people in Cambodia have received at least one shot. 4.25 million adults are fully vaccinated. The royal government is aiming to fully vaccinate 10 million adults before November, with the vaccination of children aged between 12 and 17 also being scheduled. Cambodia's total COVID-19 case count has breached 70,000. 811 new cases were reported Thursday afternoon, taking the total number to 70,419. Of those, 300 are imported cases, taking that total number to 7,524. The numbers do appear to be stabilizing, though. This is the third day running that new cases have been below 825. They were at or near 1,000 at the beginning of the month. The daily death toll is also a far cry from where it was 2 weeks ago. It reached a high of 42 earlier this month. 20 new deaths have been reported since Wednesday. The day before, that number was 19. The latest deaths take the total number of COVID-related fatalities in Cambodia to 1,188. There have been 768 patients discharged in the past 24 hours. They take the total number of successful treatments to 62,577. Foreign Affairs Minister Mr. Prak Sokhonn says cooperation between the countries of the Mekong and India has helped develop the Mekong region. He was speaking on Wednesday night as he co-chaired the 11th Mekong Ganja Cooperation Foreign Ministers meeting. Foreign ministers were reviewing the progress the partnership has made since its inception 20 years ago, with 38 projects already completed and another 30 still underway. EAC News reporter Reo Soko has the story.
Foreign Affairs Minister Mr. Prak Sokhonn says the projects and activities under the Mekong Ganja framework have constituted an active part of the Mekong sub-region's development in the fields of health, education, environment, and culture. He says that the relationship between Mekong countries and India has significantly contributed to mutual understanding and trust, as well as the socio-economic well-being of its peoples. Together with his peers, Mr. Sokhonn praised the mutual support countries have been giving one another in the fight against COVID-19. Going forward, further meetings will be held to accelerate the process of the post-pandemic recovery, as well as to promote public health and ensure health security, especially in relation to the development of medical research and the production and distribution of drugs and vaccines. Rhea Soko, EAC News.
Large parts of the world are dealing with climate-triggered catastrophes, with record rainfall in China prompting the worst floods in living memory. They come a week after record-breaking floods in Europe. Scientists agree that this is climate change happening right in front of our eyes. And it is these stories that are dominating world headlines this Thursday, the 22nd of July. No one remembers floods like this ever happening in Henan. The northern Chinese province normally sees very little rain in the summer, but at least 25 people have been swept away as record rains leave much of the area submerged. China's Ministry of Emergency Management has dispatched an 1,800-member rescue team. The Central Theatre Command of the People's Liberation Army has mobilized a further 5,700 troops. With heavy rain continuing to lash Henan, authorities have raised the flood emergency reaction level to 2, its second highest. It has never been raised in Henan before. More than 160,000 people have been evacuated. As a heatwave grips southwestern England, Britain's Met Office has issued its first ever amber extreme heat warning, saying unusually high temperatures and continuing high nighttime temperatures are creating a potential health risk. While ice cream sellers in London have been doing a roaring trade, experts say there's little to celebrate. They believe the hot weather has been brought on by climate change and that the British capital should brace itself for more 30-degree days that will soon become the norm. And climate change is also being blamed for the sheer extent of this year's wildfire season in the US. Satellite footage shows just how bad it is, with smoke wafting as far east as New York City. Pollution levels in the Big Apple are at record highs due to the smoke and soot. 80 fires are burning in 13 western states. Several hundred fires are also burning in central and western Canada. At least 85 of those are out of control. The western fires have all coincided with record-breaking temperatures. Hundreds of people have been killed. The clock is ticking down to the official start of the 2020 Olympic Games. All the build-up with Alessio Mizzoni after the break. EAC News fully supports the Royal Government of Cambodia's preventative and administrative measures against COVID-19. But we need you to play your part in helping bring the 20 February community transmission event to an end. Wash your hands regularly, sanitize wherever possible. Keep an eye on your body temperature. Use the Stop COVID QR code and maintain a safe social distance. But above all, please, 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 wear a mask. Only together can we beat COVID-19. EART's Cambodia's audience is growing. Our YouTube channel now has 150,000 verified subscribers. To mark the milestone, we've received the Silver Creator Award from YouTube, given to channels with over 100,000 subscribers. YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki says the award celebrates EART's Cambodia's hard work and incredible achievement. She says not only has EART's Cambodia brought a unique voice and style to the world, but has also created valuable connections and built a community along the way. The next milestone we're going for is 1 million subscribers, and we'd really like that Gold Creator Award. So if you're not already a subscriber, head to www.youtube.com/eartscambodia. Subscribers get all the latest breaking news and updates from Cambodia in English. We'll see you there. If it's happening and you need to know about it, you'll get it all right here. EAC News brings you updates and breaking news in English across all of EART's Cambodia's platforms and channels. YouTube, Facebook, Telegram, Twitter, and our website, www.eartscambodia.com. Join me, Andrew Barnes-Roberts, and the rest of the EAC News team every day on your favorite channels. EAC News, Cambodia made clear.
Welcome back to the Daily Roundup. We are less than 24 hours away from the official start of the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. Everything seems ready, with Japanese fighter pilots even drawing the Olympic rings over the skies of Tokyo yesterday. Tokyo is receiving plenty of support from global leaders, with US First Lady Jill Biden leading the US diplomatic delegation, and national teams are ready to fight for the medals and the glory. The second last ceremony for the Olympic torch relay was held in Tokyo on Wednesday. People seem happy, and 16-year-old Tsubasa Wada, whose father was a torchbearer, said she thought it was good that the Tokyo Games are being held. International leaders are showing support for Tokyo, with US President Joe Biden seeing the Games as a critical moment to show support for a long-time ally and trading partner. While we're being told that the opening ceremony will be sober, there was hints of what we can expect on Friday night. Japan's aerobatic squadron put in a final rehearsal on Wednesday, taking the Olympic rings to new heights. It's one of the world's most popular recreational drugs, and is being legalized in more and more countries around the world. But scientists have long wondered where marijuana first came from. It was long thought to be somewhere in Southern Asia, but that's not what a new study has found. The Science Advances journal says cannabis was one of the first plants to be domesticated by humans and has a long history of being used in textiles, food, and fuel. But its history has been difficult to research for legal reasons, at least until now. Researchers have found that cannabis was being widely used as a recreational drug as far back as 12,000 years ago, and likely emerged from northern China. After its domestication, it slowly spread across Europe and the Middle East in the Bronze Age, traveling to Africa in the 13th century before arriving in North America at the beginning of the 20th century. With decriminalization in many parts of the world has come commercialization. The cannabis market in the US alone is expected to be worth over $30 billion by the end of next year. While there has been some talk of decriminalizing marijuana in Cambodia, the drug remains illegal in the kingdom. Stay with us now for tomorrow's weather.
And finally, NASA's Mars rover Perseverance has started its historic hunt for signs of ancient life on the red planet. The rover has been working 7 days a week to test and practice with its sophisticated instruments that have now started taking soil samples from the Jezero crater. Scientists believe this was once a lake bed that may hold evidence of primitive life. NASA has already produced evidence of ancient rivers flowing into the crater that formed a delta region similar to southern Vietnam. Previous rovers have detected clay, which only forms in the presence of water. With its robotic arms, Perseverance is now drilling down into that clay to take samples. Among the questions scientists are hoping to one day answer is whether the soil in Jezero is sedimentary or volcanic, and whether the ancient lake went through multiple episodes of filling up and drying out again. Finely layered rock has already been photographed by Perseverance, raising hopes that evidence of life might be found in those layers. But we've got a long time to wait for answers. Samples will be collected over the next few months, but it won't be until 2031 when those samples are collected and returned to Earth. Thank you for watching the Daily Roundup here on the eArts Cambodia channel. You'll get more breaking news and updates from our website. Head to www.e-artscambodia.com. You could also subscribe to our Telegram channel, EAC News. Friday tomorrow, I'll see you at 8.